Hi, I'm Dwayne from Globe Life, American Income Division. I spoke to you about the benefits through your union. Is Dylan there?
Yeah, this may.
Okay, great. So they thought this was important enough for us to see everyone personally. But don't worry, I'm not going to take up a lot of your time because I know you're busy. Let me go ahead and get started. While I get this set up, let me ask, are you originally from the Abilene area?
Yes, I am.
That's great. Now, I know you're dying to know, so let me tell you exactly why I'm visiting with you and what I'm going to do. My job is to go over some no-cost benefits that have already been set up for you. Then I'm going to go over some additional benefits that you might qualify for. So my company, American Income, works with over 20,000 different local labor unions, credit unions, and associations throughout the United States. And look, whether you like unions or not, the thing everyone agrees on is that they have some of the best benefits. A big reason for that is because of their relationship with American Income for the past 60 plus years. As you can imagine, they have me running around like crazy. So let me go ahead and get started and jump into the no cost benefits first. All right, first we're going to talk about the Child Safe ID Kit app. So, Dylan, your first no-cost benefit is a Child Safe ID Kit mobile app, which is endorsed by the International Union of Police Associations. I'm sure you know a bunch of families with kids, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that Texas leads the nations in abductions? And did you know that 93% of the children that aren't found in the first 24 hours are never found? That's why they decided to create the most comprehensive app of its kind to help find a missing child. Um, and I'll show you real quick how to download and get the app installed. If you can imagine your child went missing, can you see how important this would be? Being the endorsed company by the International Union of Police Associations, they are asking that you refer at least 5 families for this app. You mentioned you knew families with children. So let's just start with those people close to you. Who's the first that comes to mind?
Um, Probably my sister.
Okay, your sister. Next.
Let's do my other sister.
All right. Next.
Let's do my brother-in-law,
Brother-in-law. All right. Next.
and we'll do my aunt.
Perfect. All right, Dylan. The uh the next no cost benefit that we have is the no cost AIL Plus discount card. How are your benefits through work?
They're all right.
I can imagine. You probably you work for a great company. So you're going to absolutely love this one. I'm sure that you know by now that you can't rely on the group benefits from work since you don't control them and they could change at any time. So this no cost benefit will help with some of those gaps by giving you up to an 85% discount on things like dental, vision, prescription drugs, hearing aids if you ever need them, telemedicine, and chiropractic services. Your membership requires an annual renewal, but that's also at zero cost for you. We'll let you know when it's time to renew. You won't even have to think about it. People always tell me they didn't think they'd use this very much, but they find themselves using it all the time. Again, at no cost, it's good to get the extra peace of mind. You'll receive an activation email in the next few days, so be on the lookout for that. The next no cost benefit that we have is the no cost accidental death and dismemberment certificate. Um, that you were sponsored in for. So, Dylan, this is a living benefit for you that pays $2,000 for the loss of a hand, 1 foot, sight in one eye, or double that amount, or $4,000 for the loss of any two. Now, uh, Hannah, for you, this is a death benefit that would pay you $4,000 should Dylan die accidentally. Now, I know $4,000 doesn't seem like all the money in the world, and really it's not. But if Dylan were to die, his paycheck would die with him. And I'd imagine that put quite a crunch in y'all's budget, wouldn't it? So,
Yeah.
so you can see how this would definitely help, right? So let me go ahead and email you a certificate for your records, and you'll receive a green certificate in the mail, and you'll want to fill that out completely and send it to the PO box that's at the top to ensure that you're covered. One more thing I need to do is put 2 emergency contacts on here in the event you two were to, pass together in a common accident. It would be wise if they lived in Texas, were over the age of 18, and living outside of your home. So who's the first emergency contact?
Let's use my mom,
All right,
Diana.
Diana, perfect. And the second?
We use her mom, Pam.
Okay, Pam. Got it. Now, when something happens, you're going to need to get a hold of our local office. And here's their number. Can you grab your phone for me real quick?
Okay.
Okay. The office number is 832-327-0800. So your family gets the money they're entitled to. I'm going to be calling the emergency contacts personally so that they know what to do in the event of a claim. If you could, please just give them a heads up that they'll be hearing from me. In addition, if they choose, I'll also have access to these benefits thanks to you. Now, Dylan, this policy is just on you. But the second part of this benefit is that you can extend this to your closest family members and friends at no cost to you and no cost to them. So how this works, let's say, God forbid you were to die in an accident, a $2,000 policy, just like yours, will pay out to their family at no cost to you or them. All you're doing is giving them the option to take advantage of this, just like you did. The ability to extend this is tied to my visit with you today because of your enrollment period. So it's important not to prejudge anyone's situation and let them decide for themselves. Now, they give you $20,000 worth of this benefit, which means that you can extend it to up to 10 families. Obviously, your emergency contacts will automatically be included. So your mom, Hannah's mom, are already going to be taken care of. That leaves you with 8 more. You mentioned that you had a number of people that you work with that we spoke about before. So let's give this to them. What is their names and how do you spell it?
Um, let's do, let's see. Let's do our friends, Peyton and Kevin.
Okay. Kevin. All right, next.
And then we'll do Henry and Lisa.
Okay. Next.
Um, let's do Dwayne and Amanda.
Okay. It's a good choice. Next.
And then we'll do, let's see. I think that's actually about it for right now.
Okay. That's okay for right now. All right, Dylan. Make sure you give the families that you extended the no-cost benefits to a call or a text, please, letting them know that I'll be calling them in the next few days. As long as they have a heads up, they're really happy. But if I call them, they don't know who I am or why I'm calling. Sometimes they'll get confused or they'll be upset with one or both of us. So please, please, please let them know. Can you make sure?
Yeah.
All right, Dylan. Now I'm going to jump into reviewing the exclusive benefits that you must qualify for. All the families that I see love this part of the program, and it's why 20,000 different groups handpicked American Income to handle their permanent and portable benefits for the past 60 plus years. And the best part is, you're getting access to the same exclusive benefits. You Whoops.
Each day preparing for the future. Each milestone the result of hard work and planning. But have you prepared financially for the inevitable? The top 5 causes of death in America are heart disease, cancer, stroke, chronic lower respiratory diseases, and accidents, unintentional injuries. Life changes in a heartbeat. Are you prepared? Life insurance can help take care of your family financially, so they won't be burdened with outstanding expenses when you die. But many of us don't understand how life insurance works, the types of life insurance, or how our needs change as our lives change. First, let's look at how life insurance works. Life insurance pays a specific benefit amount upon your death. You choose the benefit amount that is right for your family based on your needs. The top 2 reasons people purchase life insurance are to pay for final expenses and to help cover the loss of income in the event of an unexpected death. People also purchase life insurance for mortgage protection, so their family won't lose their home due to a breadwinner's loss of income. Additionally, many people purchase life insurance in the event they die. They help ensure their children can pay for their education. It's guaranteed that everyone will die. The only unknown is when. Will your family be able to maintain their standard of living and achieve the dreams you share? The next step is for our representative to do a needs analysis to help make sure you're prepared.
So, as the video said, the next no-cost benefit they set up for you is the needs analysis software. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and if there's no need, it won't make any recommendations. But if there is a need, then I'll review that recommendation with you. Before I do, let me show you my license information here in the state of Texas. Let me pull that up. Of course, my computer restarted, so perfect timing. All right, so here's my ID badge, just so you can see I am real.
Okay.
All right, so I am a licensed professional to handle these kind of benefits. Before I jump into the survey, I have a few preliminary questions to review with you. First, you must be a member of an authorized group sponsored in by someone who is. We're already good there. If you weren't, I wouldn't be talking with you. You must have an active checking account with a traditional brick and mortar bank or credit union. So, who do you check with?
Bank of America.
Okay, perfect. Then we're good on the rest of the questions. All right, so great. Before I go any further, it looks like the needs analysis found some gaps in your coverage. So I have this mandatory read-off letter for you, and it explains how the enrollment process works. Let me pull that letter up for you. And then I'll show it to you, but I'm going to summarize it for you if that works for you, because it's kind of a long letter.
That's fine. The quicker, the better.
I can imagine. No, you have things to do. All right. So this is the mandatory read-off letter. What it's basically saying is that if, as I'm going through the benefits, you're nodding your head, thinking, wow, these are some great benefits. And I can see why 20,000 different groups have approved this and why everyone's doing it. Then I'm going to go ahead and ask you to apply today. On the flip side, if I'm going through the benefits and you're thinking to yourself, you know, these really are some great benefits, but they don't feel a need for me and my family right now, then I'm actually going to ask you not to apply. Either way, yes or no, that decision does have to be made today during your service period, in fairness to all other members waiting to enroll. You'll see what they did is they set it up to be a no-brainer. It's going to be an easy yes or no. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Whatever you decide to do, they want you to give your opinion in a Google review, which is sort of like my report card. I try to get a 5-star rating every time, so it's important to me if you have any questions. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
All right, Dylan, will you stop me if you have any questions?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay. As you know, over the years, we go through contract negotiations and benefit changes at work. It's a give and take. Lately, it seems like we're paying a lot more, but getting a lot less. The company has a labor advisory board of 50 international union presidents whose main job is to provide the best wages and benefits for their members. From their feedback, along with feedback from members like you, they came up with a list of concerns that apply to all working families, whether they're union or not. Their first concern is co-pays, deductibles, and lost wages. Health insurance pays the doctors, but members end up losing wages due to time off work and out-of-pocket expenses. The second is funeral and final expenses. Many families don't have $14,000 for final expenses, and this was done years ago. So that number of 14,000 is closer to 20 now. Funeral homes usually want to be paid right away. They don't want to wait. Third is paycheck loss. When a member dies, their paycheck usually dies with them. Fourth is mortgage or rent. Families will lose income after a sudden death of a breadwinner. Fifth is the children's protection. Benefits provided through a job are typically not permanent for children, which can create a risk. An unexpected death could jeopardize future educational opportunities for children. Terminal illness, especially cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, men have a 1 in 2 lifetime chance of developing or dying from cancer. And for women, it's 1 in 3. Medical expenses are the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. Seventh is group benefits. Group benefits are great, but they could change or disappear at any time. Members lose benefits at retirement or if they experience long illnesses before death. And then last is affordability. The cost to take care of these concerns on the open market is not affordable for many families, and waiting could increase the cost even more, or potentially a member may not qualify due to changes in health. Our last concern is affordability. Now, to take care of all these concerns, it's usually just way too expensive. Since we sit down with people making $7 an hour and some making $77 an hour, some are working tons of overtime, some are retired or laid off. Regardless of the situation, they wanted this to be affordable for everybody. The way they set it up, sorry about that. The way they set it up is, Dylan, let's imagine your boss comes up to you at work and tells you that because things have been going so well, they would start paying you for 41 hours instead of 40. Now, with that extra hour, are you going to go home and tell your wife it's time for matching Ferraris?
No.
Yeah. Or are you going to call your travel agent and book your dream vacation? Start construction on your new home? Of course not.
No.
Yeah. Now, on the flip side, let's say work's been a little bit slow. and your boss comes up to you and tells you that instead of having to lay you off and some of your coworkers, they would just send everyone home 1 hour early on Friday. So now you'd be working 39 hours instead of 40. Would you have to get rid of your car or your cell phone? Would you
No,
cancel your TV subscription?
no.
No, exactly. The idea is that 1 hour isn't going to change your lifestyle. And that's why we set it up this way. So let me show you how that 1 hour takes care of your concerns. So, Dylan, it helps if I use an illustration to show you what's been set up for you. So Dylan, let's imagine that you go into work right now and you're at job A, which is the job here on the left. With job A, you have your normal group benefits. With job A, you're making $1,475 a week. Let's say that another job opens up. We'll call this one job B. With job B, you have the same group benefits, same coworkers, same responsibilities, same everything. The only difference is the income. So instead of $1,475 a week, you're making $1,435 a week, which is about 1 hour's wage difference, which, like you said before, wouldn't change anything for you. So they took that hour that didn't mean much, and they decided to put it towards something that would, which is handling these concerns in a very simple and straightforward manner. The first benefit covers your entire family due to any sort of accident. Like I said before, health insurance and group benefits are great, but they don't cover everything. This program pays you up to $100 every time you go into a doctor, urgent care, or hospital for any accident or any injury. Okay. So like I said, the program pays you up to $100 every time you go to a doctor, urgent care, or hospital for any accident or any injury, whether that's a bump, a bruise, bee sting. If you end up staying overnight, it pays you $200 every day that you're there, and double that, or $400 per day if you have to stay in the ICU. So let's say that you have an accident and you end up in the hospital for 5 days. By having this in place, it would pay you $1,000 of tax-free money. Considering that you're not working or making money, do you see how this money would help take care of your bills?
Yes.
On top of that, you'll get $10,000 for the loss of a hand, a foot, sight in one eye, and double that, or $20,000 for the loss of any two. The last part of this benefit provides an additional either $20,000 to $100,000 accidental death benefit, depending on the type of accident. As you can see with your current job, none of this is covered. The next concern has to do with your funeral and final expenses. There is a 100% chance that you will use this one. The Freedom of Choice certificate will take care of the financial burden, so your family doesn't have to. The Freedom of Choice has already been set up with every funeral home. Your Freedom of Choice certificate is worth $30,000. The funeral home director will simply call the number on the front of the certificate, and American Income will take care of everything for you, including sending the remaining money to your family tax-free. They're using a permanent benefit to fund your freedom of choice. That way, it's there when and not if your family needs it. So Hannah, on the worst day of your life, can you see how this would make things easier for you and your children?
Yeah.
So right now, you don't have anything like this in place. So Hannah, when something happens to Dylan, you're probably going to miss him, right?
Maybe.
But after a few weeks go by, aside from missing Dylan, what else do you think the family's going to miss? His income, right?
Yeah.
So exactly. So your program provides a total of $100,000 that pays out any kind of death benefit to take care of this concern. So Hannah, this would give you and your children $3,500 every month for 5 years. Just like Dylan was still here. This gives you time to figure out what you're going to do with your life, your job, and any other insurance money. Right now, as it stands, there's no monthly income replacement. And besides their income, the next thing that people want secured for their family is their home. That's exactly why the benefit software is recommending mortgage or rent protection. Your program includes $125,000 coverage for you, Dylan. Statistically, if you were to die during your working years, it's probably not going to be a health issue like a stroke or a heart attack. It'll probably be due to an accident. So this is funded by an accidental death benefit to save you some money. Right now, with your current job, they aren't going to pay for your mortgage when something happens, but this program does. Children's College Fund. The next concern the benefits software found had to do with your children's future education. Most families I see tell me that they want their kids to have the option of going to college. Statistically, the biggest thing that would prevent this is if the kids lost one or both of their parents while they were minors. The benefit software is giving you, looks like $37,500 for the college fund, which breaks down to this amount for your children. That's huge, right?
Yeah.
As you can see right now, you don't have that. And also included is a special $10,000 life insurance plan for all your children, 18 and younger, that qualify. When they turn 21, they can convert this to 5 times that amount, or $50,000 of permanent life insurance with no health questions. Having this in place may be their key to getting coverage later on, when they may otherwise not be able to qualify. Your current group benefits don't provide anything permanent for your children. And then another important feature of this program is that if you were diagnosed with a terminal illness, such as cancer, you can access half of your freedom of choice and income protection benefit while you're alive. So they are providing you with $90,000 or $120,000 for this fund. Dylan and Hannah, this gives you the chance to put your family in the best situation financially if you get the worst possible news imaginable. The remainder of this benefit would pay out to your family as a death benefit. Your current benefits don't provide anything like this. As you can see, they thought of pretty much everything. And unlike your group benefits, which you can lose, these benefits are permanent and portable. So if you leave your job, retire, or leave the union, you can keep these. In addition, if you are on a qualified layoff, they will cover the benefits for you for 3 months. If you're ever in a situation where you have a qualified strike, it's up to 12 months. This way, you and your family won't lose benefits when they really need them the most. By the way, you never have to pay that back. So, Dylan and Hannah, now that I've reviewed everything with you guys, I'm sure that you can see why 20,000 groups choose this program above all others, and why more families have our programs than any other companies, because of the value and the full circle protection it gives you. I mean, Dylan, if something were to happen to you, like a bad car accident, your family would receive all the money that you see that we talked about before, tax-free, and that would be good, all for about 1 hour's wage per week. With your current job, there's no guarantee that your family will receive anything at all. So, Dylan and Hannah, if you went into work tomorrow and you had a choice between job A, which pays 0 benefits, and job B, which had all these benefits, Which would you take?
Job B.
Why would you do that if you're making more money at job A? Because of the
Uh,
benefits, right?
of all the benefits. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. It's a no-brainer. So everyone wants the benefits, but not everyone can get the benefits. As I mentioned before, I do have to get you qualified first. So let me run through these questions and let's see if you can qualify. There we go. Okay. So everyone wants the benefits, not everyone can get qualified, as I mentioned before. I'm not an underwriter, but so I have a number of questions that I'm going to have to ask you, and let me share them with you so you can see. All right. First question. Let me blow this up so you can actually see it a little bit better. Have
Very
you?
good. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dylan. Go ahead.
I'm saying, yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, awesome. Have you ever been treated or advised to be treated for alcoholism or alcohol abuse, including membership in AA, or been advised by a physician to reduce alcohol consumption?
No.
Okay. Have you ever used drugs not prescribed by a physician, such as cocaine, amphetamines, barbiturates, hallucinogens, tranquilizers, narcotics, or sedatives?
No.
Have you ever had your driver's license suspended or revoked because of a moving violation, or been arrested, including arrest for DWI or under the influence?
No.
Okay. Have you flown as a pilot or flight attendant in the past 2 years, or intend to fly in the future, other than a passenger or scheduled or on a scheduled airline?
No.
Have you participated within the past 2 years or intend to participate in any of the following activities? Automobile, motorcycle, boat racing, parachute jumping, skin scuba, or skydiving?
No.
All right. Have you ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not received the test results, been diagnosed as having or received treatment for high blood pressure, chest pain, heart attack, stroke, or any heart, blood, or circulatory disorder?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been treated for any of the following conditions? Diabetes or endocrine disorders,
No.
paralysis, epilepsy, mental disease or disorder, or any other nervous system or brain disorder?
No.
Uh, have you ever had arthritis or any injury to or trouble with your back, knees, or any of your joints?
No.
To the best of your knowledge and belief, do you have any physical impairment or departure from good health?
No.
Have you ever been advised to take tests and not done so, or not received the results, been diagnosed as having or received treatment for cancer, tumor, or unexplained masses?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been rejected for life or medical hospital insurance, rated, or failed to receive a policy as applied for?
No.
All right. In the past 5 years, have you had a physical examination?
Yes.
Okay. Any medical treatment?
No.
Okay. Have you been hospitalized in the
No.
past 5 years?
No.
Um, are you currently residing in a nursing home, or ever been diagnosed as having terminal illness, including Alzheimer's disease?
No.
Okay. Have you ever had or been treated for any of the following conditions? Asthma, emphysema, sleep apnea, or other respiratory disorder?
No.
Ulcer, colitis, or any other digestive tract disorder?
No.
Cirrhosis, hepatitis, or other liver disorder, or any blood disorder, or received a bone marrow transplant?
No.
Okay. How about kidney, prostate, urinary bladder, or other genitourinary disorders?
No.
Diseases of the breast, uterus, or ovaries?
No.
No. Rheumatoid arthritis or any other musculoskeletal disorder?
No.
Loss of hearing or loss of sight?
No.
Acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS, AIDS-related complex, ARC, or AIDS-related conditions?
No.
All right. Have you ever tested positive for antibodies to the AIDS or HIV virus?
No.
Okay. Do you smoke cigarettes or use tobacco in any form?
Yes.
Okay. What is it that you do?
Just dip snuff.
Okay, perfect. And have you used marijuana in the past year?
No.
Okay, perfect. Oops. Okay, I'm not the underwriter, but based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like I should be able to get you qualified for the benefits. That checklist that we just went through is something I review with all my members, and it explains the enrollment process. The first thing the checklist talks about is the way the benefits are handled. So, okay. So the first thing the checklist talks about is the way the benefits are handled. So the next thing we can talk about is draft dates. This program is set up once a month, computerized deduction through your banking system. Having it done this way gains you this discounted rate. Your program is only $120 per month. This can be handled anytime between the 26th and I believe the 9th of the month. Which date is best for you?
You said that was how much a month?
$120 per month.
Man. Dwayne, I mean, everything was really good. We just we got a lot of stuff going on right now, and I don't think that I don't know that we could really swing that extra 120 right now.
Oh, I totally get it. Dylan, the reason this is called the needs analysis software is because it's designed to expose your coverage and financial needs. But the goal is to take care of your concerns without breaking the bank. So look, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to hurt you at all. Job B is just what the software has set up as the basic program based on your income. I know you mentioned that 1 hour's wage wouldn't change your lifestyle, and you would pick job B without the blink of an eye. Now, so I can help you the best way I know how. You're saying that I know you mentioned the 1 hour's wage wouldn't change your lifestyle, and you pick job B without the blink of an eye. Now, just so I can help you out the best way I know how, you're saying that $120 per month just won't fit your budget. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it's a little too much, I mean, maybe we could revisit this at another time.
I absolutely no worries. You remember I told you earlier that regardless of the person's situation, you know, they want this to be affordable for everyone, right? So
Yeah.
what we're going to do is make a few adjustments now just to get you started. And later on down the road, since you own the program, you can make whatever changes to it that you want. The main thing is to make sure that we get you in the program while keeping it comfortable for you. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, we could do that.
So I can understand that. It's difficult nowadays to make ends meet. Every time it seems like we're just about. Okay. So we did some more calculations and, we can get your foot in the door for, $70 per month. Does that seem a little more fair?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Okay. And this can be handled anytime between the 26th and the 9th of the month. Which date is best for you?
Let's just make it like the 5th. Can we do the
Okay.
5th?
5th is perfect. All right. So because this is a member-owned program, once it's issued, it cannot be taken away by American Income or by your employer. There is an application process which we started with the health questions. In addition, this will all be signed electronically. So after we complete the application, you'll receive an email from DocuSign to which you will confirm the accuracy of the information and that you are agreeing to electronically sign these applications just as if it was your own signature. Now, you're probably thinking, how long will this take? The enrollment process usually takes anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks, if approved. You'll receive your policies in the mail and a congratulatory letter welcoming you to AIL. If for some reason you're denied, you'll receive today's deposit back, and you may write to American Income to request an explanation. And what comes next is obviously with these benefits, you are conditionally covered from the moment our call ends. So the first bank draft happens immediately within 24 to 48 hours of the application. Your bank may not reflect the draft for up to 10 days, so please ensure the funds stay in there in order to ensure your coverage. Your first premium is going to be $75. The reason is there's a $5 application fee when we send this in. Items we need to complete this application process are going to be your driver's license, your doctor's information, any medications taken, your checkbook or bank information, routing, and account numbers. Health risks. At some point in everyone's life, they become uninsurable and would be declined for insurance. This is usually due to their age, health, or habits. Once you are uninsurable, you typically can't get insurance again. But if you're approved, there are 3 possible outcomes. First, you could be approved standard due to having minor or no health issues. The second option is that we can fall somewhere between perfect health and the uninsurable line. Because the groups we work with want everyone to be approved, they created a category called special risk, where the program would be a few dollars more per month. In this category, you would pay exactly what someone else would pay for the same health profile. Obviously, the closer you are to the uninsurable line, the more the program would be. Think of this like car insurance. Someone with a perfect driving record wouldn't pay the same as someone who had a lot of speeding tickets. The third option is the counteroffer. They make this offer for someone that they may not have covered in the past as a last chance to get covered. If the program comes back different than what we discussed, I will call you and let you know. If that happened, would a few extra dollars be a problem for you?
No, that should be fine.
Okay. You may receive 1 or more phone calls asking to review the questions I've asked you to ensure that everything is accurate on your application. In order to approve your policy, the company may need your help in getting additional medical records or medical information from your physician. In order to approve you, the company may send out a medical professional to conduct a physical in the privacy of your home, and it would be at no cost to you. It's important to be prepared to be responsive during this approval process. And then you'll be receiving either an email or a text message from DocuSign. Have you used DocuSign before?
Yes. Yes, we
Okay,
have.
great. Then we will review the summary sheet and specimen policies that are generated from the enrollment. We'll review the benefits to ensure there's no confusion. The summary sheet reflects what you're applying for today. But once you receive your policies from American Income Life, you should keep them in a place of safekeeping until their annual review happens. All right, the service folder and no-cost benefits will all be mailed to you within approximately 2 weeks. And then because of our growth, we are currently expanding our operations. If you know anyone between positions, fresh out of school or looking for a better career, you can refer that person to me to explore a potential career fit with our company. And then lastly, a Google review. Like I mentioned earlier, a 5-star review for me would be phenomenal if you believe I've earned it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, uh, okay, so here we go. Sorry about that. Dylan, almost everyone takes advantage of this program, like you, because of value, and the cost is very small compared to many benefits. And it's very rare, but sometimes members cancel. Could be a week, a month, or a year later. And we end up seeing these same people the next service period, 2 or 3 years later, and they're upset because they're no further ahead than what they were before. Most people end up wanting to apply for the benefits. The problem is that now the program is more expensive because they've gotten older. Worse yet, some people can't even get into it anymore because their health has changed. The point is that this is not a short-term fix. This is a long-term solution, and the longer you're in the program, the more valuable it is. So, if this $70 a month is uncomfortable for you, let's fix it right now. How does everything feel?
No, it feels good.
All right. I also want to emphasize that the first draft is going to happen in the next 24 to 48, sometimes 72 hours. But that your bank might not reflect it for up to 10 days. I want to make sure that you're good to go on the first draft and that money will be there. If there are any issues, this creates a lot of headaches for both of us, and it reflects poorly on me because it makes me look like I pressured you into doing something you didn't want to do. Are we good to go on that first draft?
Yeah, that'll
All
be
right,
fine.
perfect. Then please make sure to keep this important program in place for your family. And the next time we'll see you, you'll be really happy that you did.